Do you have bass player problems? We could help. Call this number.
That's fantastic. Sweet. Well, hey, we're back. Welcome to Rook House. I got my good buddy Brad Bellamy sitting here. It's pretty cool. He's kind of a badass bass player.
He's all right.
He's all right. Well, what are we doing here today, Brad?
I just thought I'd come out and share some of my toys.
Cool. We like toys around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly.
Yeah, there's some stuff. All right. So we were just listening to that's the Boss. Was it the
SY200. It's the big brother to the 100. So this one doesn't need a MIDI pickup like some of its predecessors, and it tracks extremely well. I'll demonstrate that here in a little while with some other patches. You can set the tempo, and you can change the clock with the MIDI to match up.
So you could totally MIDI sync that with other stuff.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
And it's the USB-C MIDI, not the...
Oh, nice.
Nice. You can talk signal chain for a second if you want.
Yeah, sure. Walk us through what you got.
So I got my polytune first because tuning is important. Going straight into the Laney Digbeth preamp. This is a... That's the word I'm looking for.
Words.
Advertise. That's it. This is a tube preamp. It is a simulated tube preamp. It has a little bit of overdriven tube sound in it.
That's cool. Sounds good.
So out of the Digbeth preamp, we're going to the orange fur coat, which is a fuzz with an octave in it.
Okay.
I don't use the octave a whole lot. I just really love the way this fuzz sounds on bass.
Octave up or octave down?
I believe you can get a little bit of both. Out of there, we go to the wah, because no good bass wah goes unpunished without an overdrive before it, in my opinion, because you lose a lot of low end when you engage wah.
Sure.
Out of that, to the sub and up, which has a sub octave and a higher octave, and a dry signal you can all blend in. Pretty handy. Out of that, going to the MXR noise gate, straight to the amp.
Cool.
So this fuzz. Engage the octave.
Okay.
Cranks it up. Tell that it's the higher up you crank the knob.
Everybody solo.
Everybody. And then over on the side we've got the expression pedal, which helps with the synthesizer. I can blend it, bring it under my dry signal.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's just working with the SY.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Nice. That's very cool.
So just blend it in and out, and you can set the effect level and the dry level.
How much you want it to blend.
So you can kind of set the effect level at 60, and then dry at 100.
That's cool.
So it only brings it up so much and doesn't overpower your bass. But
very cool.
Blending it in underneath like that.
That's awesome. It seems like it tracks really well.
Yeah, this pedal, the way it tracks is.
It's good.
It's one of the best I've heard,
yeah,
honestly.
That's very good. And with no synth pickup.
Right.
Right.
And if there's any latency at all, I can't hear it. Of course, I'm deaf. So there's that.
Cool.
Typically, the rig I use with this is the Quilter head with a dark glass 212. And we all know the Quilter stuff takes pedals like a champ.
Right. Well, we should probably talk about that. So we're running direct right now into the Avalon, into the console, no EQ, anything. But then it's getting split and running into the other room into
the Quilter 800 bass block right into a dark glass 212. So
it's a pretty mean little combo right there.
I need Velcro for the bottom of that head because it tries to take a walk on me. Right? It's probably on the floor right now.
We'll go check in a minute when we shoot the other shots.
The one fault I find with the Quilter is if you try to use the EQ on the Quilter, you kind of sully yourself.
Well, it's more like a tilt EQ.
Yeah, it's like a tilt.
Right.
So if you want a lot of pedals in front, it's best to just keep it flat.
Yeah.
So I wanted something else to shape the tone.
Sure.
But and again, the tracking is just stupid.
Phenomenal. It's like the Oberheim bass. I like that it seems like it's not having a problem tracking multiple notes at the same time.
Yeah,
that's huge.
It's absolutely huge because, in other worlds, the mono synth means exactly that. It's one note or it freaks out.
Right.
And this, you got... No problems whatsoever.
I like it.
I love this pedal so much, I've got a second one on the way for another board.
Nice.
So I have a bit of an issue.
Tell us about your problems, Brad.
It's commonly referred to as GAS, gear acquisition syndrome. But I'm also on multiple projects, therefore I have multiple basses and multiple boards.
Well, right. So let's talk about that for a second. I've known Brad a really long time at this point. I don't know how many years. Bunches. 2008, 9, something like that.
A little bit lower than that.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I've been playing music with Brad for a long time. Brad stepped into another tragedy years ago, and we've just kind of
kept on
going. Yeah. So tell us, what are the current projects?
So obviously, I'm in Crooked Rook with you. This board specifically is for my band called Phantom Queen, which is Steve from Chakras, Nathan from the Whiskey Shambles, and Tina from Love Crush 88. It's a bunch of veteran musicians from Cincinnati for sure. I've known Nathan since we were like 16 years old and have never made music with him, so I kind of jumped at the chance at that.
Time to make it happen.
Then there's Black Tractor, a long staple in the community for sure. Blessed Black, which is a newer, a couple years old now, 3 years old. Kind of bluesy heavy doom project that I'm in. And I'm technically an honorary member of Dandelion Death finally after many, many years.
Which is awesome.
So yeah, other rigs include an Ampeg 610. I use it a lot. An Acu Grubel Wapo paired with a Mesa 15, which was the last.
Yeah, that's a pretty ridiculous rig.
Yeah, I was super happy with the way that turned out because I didn't quite know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
With the speakers and the Acu Groove being tuned together to work so well together.
Right. Those cabinets are just crazy.
I was borderline afraid of adding the Mesa, but it did not disappoint. And then, we do some acoustic stuff on the side. I have a separate pedal board for that even. A 5-string fretless Ibanez sound gear with the piezo pickups. A couple of these Spector multi-scales, which...
How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I didn't know how to feel about it at first, and someone let me play theirs, and I was like, wow, this is like supernatural.
Right.
You know, like to look at it from your point of view, you're like, is the neck twisted on that thing? You know, and just where your hands hit.
It feels natural.
Yep, absolutely natural.
Right.
Not have to think about it at all.
Yeah, the first time you handed it to me, I fully expected my fingers to just go, what? And it didn't happen.
They just
plays.
It's exactly what happened the first time I played one. And I was super worried about it. And then I just happened to make a weekend road trip to our friends in Fort Wayne.
Right.
And saw this beauty
Hi,
hanging
Sweetwater.
there. Yeah. This banana Laffy Taffy.
Kyle, I'm going to call you soon.
Ed's got me on speed dial.
Gotcha.
But
you think they have lunch together, Kyle and Ed?
I mean, I would assume.
Probably.
I mean, a place has got to have a restaurant in it. I didn't go past the entrance, but it's like a huge mall. It has to have a restaurant somewhere. There's got to at least be an Orange Julius. But yeah, I saw this hanging there, and I tell you, I loved this thing so much. When I got it home, I bought the 5-string version like 2 weeks later.
It's fantastic.
Been a long time Warwick player for the last 20 years.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when you came walking in with a Spector.
I was too. I mean, honestly, it was.
I've been hanging out with Kiplinger.
I love my Warwicks. I probably will not get rid of any of the ones I have at present time. 2 4s, 2 5s, a 6 and a 7. It pretty much covers all the bases when you want that the sound of wood.
Pun intended.
Yeah, just looking for something else to kind of branch out, and this thing kind of fell on my lap, and I have not looked back.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, you brought another toy with you. We should check that out.
Sure. So yeah, this is a 2003 limited edition bleach blonde thumb
with the custom knobs.
Yeah, it had custom knobs,
knobs.
me too, and a custom truss rod cover, flame maple to match the base.
Fantastic.
These are from THG knobs out in California.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
So this has like the MEC preamp in it, of course.
It's very punchy sounding.
Yeah. This was the second Warwick I ever saw in a store and fell in love with it. And was like, man, I gotta have that.
Right. Must be mine.
Credit score and all that back in the day. It was like, nah, baby, nah.
You can't have that.
Found it on eBay. Like I said, I asked some questions. I was like, hey, it doesn't have the right truss rod cover. And I actually emailed Hans, which has his signature on the headstock and Sharpie. I was like, is this like not fake?
Punchy. Sweet. Well, this is awesome, man. You may have sold me without even trying to sell me. It's very cool.
Whoever answers the phone when he calls, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I'll expect
you get some kind of commission on that or something?
I'll expect my cut. It's nice to hang out outside of practice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that we're more hanging out and talking about nerdy stuff than anything else. But hey, that's part of what we do here at Rook House. So. Well, everybody, this is Brad Bellamy, otherwise known as Bass Highlander. Well, we should talk about that.
Yeah, that's a funny story.
Yeah, okay.
So it started out as a big joke on a podcast I used to do with a couple buddies. I kept finding myself, being apparently the only available bass player in Cincinnati when these open slots would become available. And they started calling me the Bass Highlander, much like Christopher Lambert's Highlander. There can be only one. And I basically would consume the power of of the previous bass player, and there I was. And now I find myself in 6 projects at this point.
How many times have you been through the quickening?
Oh, too many to count. Especially like last week.
Especially last week. Right.
So it started out as a joke, and I just kind of ran with it, I had the Highlander Fest, first one, where our our guitar player Butch's band opened the show, and then Black Tractor, Crooked Rook, and Blessed Black played in a row.
And Brad made it through all of it.
Astoundingly, and drove myself home. So now with the extra projects, I guess I'll just stay on stage all night.
Well, I parked my rig here.
Yep.
This is where I'll be.
I basically switched clothes and pedal boards and guitars. That's it. So yeah, I just kind of ran with it. I got my own beard oil now.
Yeah, he got the beard oil right after I got rid of my beard.
Yeah. And I'm looking to find someone. So if you know anybody who brews at home, I want to make a Highlander grog coffee stout.
Yeah, that would be
a base
fantastic.
Highlander coffee stout. So
Right. Well, if you find that person, we need a Rook House something or another too. So
yeah, for sure. So yeah, like I said, it started as a joke. I kind of ran with it. We had Highlander Fest 1. There will be another.
Well, there's T-shirts, which means it's official.
Well, right.
So like
yeah.
you're kind of stuck with it at this point.
T-shirts, stickers,
Right.
beard oil.
Beard oil.
Beer's next.
Is it the essentials? Because it's beard oil. Essential.
Oh, it's actually, the name of it is Highland Rains. Alchemy Beard Care.
Gotcha.
Janet Olive, look her up. She's awesome.
Cool. Beard oil and PBR.
Oh yeah. I was trying to set a hipster trap.
Oh,
That was a discussion on the podcast once. What would you put in your hipster
in
trap?
your hipster trap?
Yeah.
Trap.
It was like a bear trap, but you have
That's
to put some bait in
fantastic.
there, right?
Right,
So,
right. That's cool. All right, well, so walk everybody through all of your bands again.
So there's Crooked Rook, of course, present company. Black Tractor, Blessed Black, Phantom Queen, and I'm honorarily in Dandelion Death. So
And he's available for at least 27 more
yeah, I mean,
other projects.
there's one more day in the week.
Is
So
it? It's possible.
do you have bass player problems? We could help. Call this number.
Right?
Fix that
1-800-BASS Highlander.
That's a lot of digits.
It's a lot
You
of
end up
digits.
calling like
Yeah.
Indonesia or something. You dial that many digits.
All calls past 9 are $3.95 plus tax per minute.
Yeah. Get your parents' permission. Before
Yeah,
calling.
please get your parents' permission before calling the Bass Highlander. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. This has been fun. We learned a lot about some super cool pedals, some very cool basses. I'm kind of in love with this bass. So maybe it's just the company. I don't know. I gotta play you gotta bring the 5-string over so I can check that out.
All right. For sure.
That's the market that I'm in for that. But yeah, this has been insightful and cool. A little funky, little synthy. We like all that stuff. Cool. Well, dude,
Awesome.
thanks a ton for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Brad Bellamy. I'm Johnny Cords. This is Rook House. Thanks for watching.
See you.
Bye.